subject of the debate is online education system versus offline education system. Now, all the members who are taking part in the debate are asked to come on the stage. On our left side, we have Team A. On our right side, we have Team B. The Team A are going to speak for the motion of online education, and the Team B will be speaking for the motion of offline education system. Let us start without doing further late. Captain of Team A, come and introduce your topic.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Myself Jijan Alam, student of class 6. Now I am going to introduce the offline education system. Offline education system is also referred to as traditional training. Offline education means a student need to go to a school in a classroom and attend a class face to face with a teacher. Offline classes provide students with a practical learning environment within the walls of physical classroom. Offline learning refers to situation where a system is not operating and taking in new information. Instead, it has a constant set of information. Offline classes encourage students to collaborate on projects and to help the other students. Thank you.
Captain B, now it's your turn. Go and introduce your topic.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Rizwan Karim from class 7. Now I am going to introduce an online education system. Online education is a very flexible learning system that allows a student to study solely by the internet on their own computer or otherwhere or wherever they can see for their feeds and for their interactions with their teachers. The online classes provide the teachers with the numbers of including tools, acts, audios, videos, animations, virtual whiteboard, virtual conference rooms, and the live chats for the students. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the impositions of lockdown led to the shutdowns of a physical classroom. Thus, the online education system became the new norm with the emergence of technologies. Thus, the online education system is a flexible method of teaching across the globe. Thank you.
Now that both of the teams have introduced their topic, we are starting the first section of our debate. In this section, Team A will speak for offline education system and Team B will speak against them.
Now I am going to say for the motion of offline education system. The topic is attentiveness. In an offline class, students are fully attentive to the class only. In that case, the online class have more possibilities for distraction, where a system is not operating and taking in new information and paying more attention and less attention in the class. In an offline environment, a student is always noticing each and every gesture of his teacher in real time. This makes the students more attentive and focused in the class. Thank you.
A member from Team B, come and put forth your point against the motion.
Myself, Firdaus. I read in class 6. Now I am going to say the against of offline environment. The topic is limited to very few students. Due to the physical nature of offline environment, teaching usually takes place in a fixed location, such as a lecture hall or a physical classroom. There can only be a few number of students in a particular class. And also it is very uncomfortable for a teacher to teach in a class packed with lots of students. There is no such limitation in online classes compared to offline classes. There can be many more students in a class. Anyone with the aid of internet and smartphone can join the class and learn about the subject anytime. Thank you.
Team A, you may put forth your point.
Teacher's punctuality. For anyone to make his presence in the class, he has to make a considerable amount of effort for traveling. Among all things, he has to maintain a structured routine so that he can be present in the class at the right time. This makes him more punctual and teaches him how to manage his time more effectively. Thank you.
Team B,
Cost of travel. To attend a class in a school or college, one has to travel long from his city to that place. In many remote areas, the lack of proper transport system causes them a real problem in traveling. Besides that, one I can't ignore the cost of daily traveling to attend a class. All these problems can be solved with the help of online classes. Yes. Okay.
What Team B has to say is that the physical nature of offline classes makes a student more punctual, but at the same time, it costs them a cost of traveling. Next line of argument from Team B.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Scope of experimentation. Online education is purely theoretical and take place entirely online. To understand a concept more clearly and deeply, the involvement of all our senses turn out to be most productive. The most vital opportunity that an offline education system offers is the scope of experimentation and practical learning. Staying inside a house, a student would never be able to perform those experiments which they can easily avail just by going to the school. Thank you.
Team B.
No recordings in online systems. In online education systems, we have the advantage of revisiting the recorded classes if someone would consider accessing those classes. So, in their new futures, the classes always will be available for them in recorded form. We find no such facility in offline education system is there. But recording or any other form of data is not always available for them and miss the class or later to reference in online education systems. Thank you.
Very good. Now Team A.
No health hazard. In an online class, a student sits in front of a digital screen for consecutive hours. The data shows that after the online boom in the market, the records of eyes problem has been found as a problematic. And the children below 14 years old, the issue of back pain also been found as a problematic in their consistency in the class. There is no such health hazard in the case of offline education system.
Team B.
Self-discipline. With self-discipline, almost anything is possible. In an offline environment, a student is not always guided by his teachers. In that case, he has to develop his own method of study. Students should make an effort to plan ahead of time, keep themselves organized, select a proper study location, and avoid distraction. The sole requirement for online learning is complete self-discipline. In an online environment, becoming self-disciplined and taking control of their daily routine become crucial for their success. Thank you.
With this, we are done with first section. In the next section, Team B will be speaking for the motion of online education and Team B against the motion. Team B, present your point.
Convenience in online education systems. After the digital revolutions and availability of cheap internet, there has been a great ease in producing classes in all languages for all varieties of students, and the student from all around the world may access the classes like via peer lectures, like programs, like Zooms, Google Meet, Microsoft Team. The student can choose the preferable teachers he thinks is best suit his need. The hundreds of classes make it very flexible for the student to choose the class most suitable for him, and that allows the student to set their own learning pace without any additional pressure. Thank you.
Team A, now you may speak against the motion.
Now I am going to say against the motion of online education system. Too much traffic. Rightly, the members of the opponent team have stated that it is nearly effectless activity for someone to join an online class. But when we move to the ground, we find the very enormous number is itself the problem. In online education system, for a student to find the perfect class, he has to browse for at least a dozen of insignificant classes. And even after that, one can make no guarantee to put his finger at the right study materials. At the end, the student find very little academic progress in his studies. Thank you.
The advantage of convenience and the problem of finding the right classes and educators. Well, again from Team B for the motion.
Easy for new generation students. Due to the expose of digital and technical devices from their childhood, the new age children are in no trouble. Adopting the practice of looking at the monitor and talking to their teacher, for them the interaction between online classes become an act of play. In online setting, students listen to long lectures and take notes, sometimes easily get bored and miles off a little. With online classes, new technology such as interactive whiteboards and videos. For example, the engagement of a student in a class develops more. Thank you.
Next member from Team A.
Not adaptable for the scholars. In this whole equation, the other part we are considering are teachers. If we are considering the experienced scholars and professors who are in the late adulthood, it is obvious that the online system is very tough for them. Many teachers find it hard to utilize the online device with the connection of internet connection because they have been practicing the teaching method for a decade or two. Now, the whole design of technology is become alien and distant for them. In that case, to think that a student would get an efficient teaching output from those teachers who are far from reality. Thank you.
Team B, now we are ready to hear from you.
Cheap cost. We know when the number of outlets of any production increases in a market, the product becomes easy to access at a low cost. Online learning is usually cheaper. In online classes, there is no need to buy any textbooks and manuals. Online infrastructure of education has helped thousands of poor students to continue their studies without worrying too much about the education, loan or class fees. Thank you.
Now, Team A.
Degradation in quality. When testing the students who have passed through online tests and classes, it forms a clear picture of decrease in quality education. The data shows us there has been a sudden decline in the aptitude of those students who appeared in the online classes compared to those who went to their classes physically. Now, this is not a coincidence. The lack of quality education in the online market is the root of this problem. Thank you.
Now the last and final point from Team B.
Comfort. Among all the benefits, one other benefits in online system is comfort for a particular student who have some form of physical disability. For them, just appearing in front of a screen in their home is the comfort and is the last best option who can imagine. And finally, the greatest advantage of online system is their accessibility. From around the world, they can learn from anywhere. Thank you.
Team A, now you are asked to present your last section of this argument.
Wasting time. Comfort is the mother of all idleness. When there is no one to guide a student and absence of teacher, it becomes very easy for him to delay his presence for online class. Or one can simply keep involved in other activities or disturb the class. While sitting beside the computer screen, it is not possible for any teacher to rightly punish the student from the other side of the screen. This causes a disturbing atmosphere for the teacher as well as for the other student present in the class. Thank you.
Since in an online environment, a student has to maintain his plans ahead of time and with proper time and location makes him more self-disciplined. But on the other hand, there is also risks in idleness and wasting of time. We are going to end the debate with closing remarks from both the captains of Team A and Team B. Thank you.
What is better, online education system or an offline education system? Maybe the answer lies in between. The purpose of this debate was to shed light and get more understanding of the topic of discussion.
While the participants of the debate hope that they have success in proposing their arguments to the audience clearly and meaningfully. From these final words, we are end to discussions our online participant. Thank you.
Please give them a big round of applause.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.